East River.
We're going
Yeah, he's
right back
talking
where
about
we
by
were
our
before.
pasture
Yeah.
where we tore up to let the water go
Yeah.
through, and so it ruined our ditch, so therefore our mower can't get over it properly.
He mows
And
that.
since it wasn't fixed
in
properly, that's the
consideration
reason
for
that
the
they
help
had
they get.
decided,
Yeah.
that's why they decided
About
to
that.
help it, because it was ruining our mower.
That's
Because we helped out.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
helped out there,
That's
so
totally
that's why it
different.
was there.
Well, and that's what we need to
That
know.
should have been brought up.
Okay, did everybody understand? Mike, did you understand why we're mowing that?
I don't have a problem with his property. I understand that for what they did for the city. I'm fully
Well,
aware
you're
of
the
that.
one that's complaining about it.
Yeah, you just brought it up, that we were
I brought
mowing
up
it.
I brought up the fact of going clear down East River Street, mowing.
I don't know if he
I don't
does.
know if he does.
I don't think he does.
Well, I saw him today coming back from down there.
Well, he
And it was
mows
all
down by
freshly
the water
mowed.
The
tank.
water
Yeah.
tanks and down there he mows.
But the borrow pits were all freshly mowed. Not the yards, the borrow pits.
That's not our
I don't
property.
know that one.
And I wasn't bringing up
I
the
say
fact,
we
I
just
wasn't
let it
saying
go to seed,
anything.
let it go to
It's
seed.
doing, it's looking good. All I was asking is,
Yeah,
are
why?
we mowing the borrow pits all the way down, or what are we doing?
Shouldn't be.
We shouldn't
That's all I'm
be.
asking. I understand about Harley and them's property, yes, fully, for what they did for the city to allow the water. out.
However, if I'm on the mower, me personally, and I'm driving down the road and somebody's got grass on the edge of the road there, that I can just turn on the blade and I'm going right by it anyway. It's not gonna cost any more to just throw the grass out there, but that's just me. You know, I don't know if he's doing that just because.
Well, if
And
somebody
I guess we'll have
bitches
to-
about it, we'll have to address it.
We'll
Yeah.
just address it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just address it. Okay.
And if we need the gas money, I haven't cashed a town paycheck in 6 fucking years. I'm sorry, I'm speaking freely. I'll give my $110 in fuel to drive down that road and make it look good. To me, I like that.
Yes. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Anything else for Public Works Director?
Yes.
Yes?
So, we have two options, of putting Mark into the Public Works Director position. There are two legal ways to do it. A, we can either rerun the ad, we can reapply, anyone else can apply, we do the whole entire hiring process again. Or you guys can appoint him into his position, as well. But that is something that,
Wouldn't that have to
needs
be a
to
line
be.
item if we appointed or no? That item.
Well, that's something that we needed to, I needed to ask, because if we are going to reopen it, then I have to run an ad in the newspaper before next month's
But
meeting,
we
so
have
it'd be on
the
next
option
month.
of promoting him.
Mhm.
Yes.
From
But we
labor.
need to put that on the agenda if we're going to do it.
Correct,
Has to be
but we
special.
have, yeah, we just have to know what you
So it
guys
can be
want
on
to
the
do
next
to be able to
agenda.
do that for that next agenda.
I'd like to get some comments from the gallery on that.
Well, he seems to know what he's doing, I say promote him.
Thanks, Jerry.
He's just been, how long is he, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days?
He's been,
Usually it's 90-day
I
probation
would say
period.
if he gets promoted to Public Works, then we'd assert the 90 days. And then that gives you the leeway if he doesn't meet his requirements, then he gives you an out. Like, you gotta give yourself an out as a business, I mean, realistically. So if he's
Road
promoted,
paving,
it's
sewer,
just.
water and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly, you gotta give yourself a little bit of a gray area on any business, I don't care if it's McDonald's or wherever.
and he's already applied for the schooling and stuff, so.
I was just gonna say, who is your licensed operator?
Piggyback.
Huh?
From
Richard?
That's all we do is
Richard.
piggyback,
Yeah.
that's all we do is piggyback
Yep.
at this point.
Well, from what the
Richard.
DEQ's been telling me, I'm a temporary license, operating
If you-
under a temporary
Once
license?
you can file to take the test.
Okay,
Once
As long as
you
you show you're
file,
looking.
Mhm.
they will give you a temporary license.
okay,
Which means you're still under Bridger's license.
Right.
But they will give you a temporary operator's number
okay,
until you take and pass your tests.
yeah,
And high regard, do not take both tests at the same time.
No.
And the other point, your time frame starts from the point that you appoint that test, like, that's where your time frame counts, so.
Okay.
If you apply to become an operator, you have a year's time
That's,
to take your
Okay.
test, to take your tests. You're a temporary operator license and you have 1 year.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Town clerk.
I've just been working on, back books, getting everything ready for my maternity leave, making sure everything's gonna go pretty easy, hopefully. We are working on getting the internet hooked up down at the, bulk water station, so we can get rid of bulk water billing and people can pay as they go.
Nice.
So that's gonna be a lot easier for,
Yeah.
Mhm.
us over here. And then that also allows, you know, if Bridger's down, they can come over and pay without
Yeah.
having to have an account and stuff like that as well,
you
so.
get nailed on what you use.
Mhm.
Beautiful idea.
Yep, we're all caught up with the DEQ, we're getting caught up with the state. And everything's going really good, everything's moving pretty quick, so.
Good. Do we have any questions for the town clerk?
Yes,
I have 2 questions.
okay.
One, is it possible to start getting our water bills by email as versus mailed to us?
I will look into that.
Because it would
Is there an
save the
operating
town
system
a
now?
pile of money.
I don't know.
What if we
And
don't want them emailed?
you don't have to, but if those that want it,
They can
I
sign
like
up
it
for
because it's like a check or like my paycheck, I can always refer back and not have the paper clutter.
Mhm.
You know, it's a personal choice. Okay, the next item is there any way that as far as like deposits, I just know that some people are on really tight budgets and people who are on really tight budgets depend on you getting their check in quickly.
I deposit,
Yeah.
I go to the bank almost every day.
Well, somebody's
So-
out 2 weeks, so that's why
is
I'm
it?
asking.
Because I do have a couple
yeah.
checks that are not
Okay,
signed, so
okay.
I could not turn them in
Okay,
because they're
but
not signed.
anyway,
These
I
banks
was-
are slowing down on checks, like, that's a full-on thing, like, that's a phase-out thing.
Okay, well, and
Yeah, I go
Banks
to, I
like
go
nationally,
every
like
day.
Wells Fargo
Okay.
right now, like, even for us on a big scale at work, if somebody brings in a check, you're looking at a 10-day lead time, like, it's not like it used to be, like, you take it in, you have 3-4 checks are there, and there's just no staff.
Well, generally, if you bank at the local bank that you're banking at,
Right,
it
and I
goes
get
through. But sometimes, I don't know, is there a deal at the bank that you could, if you're out, you could just flash a picture and it automatically deposits? Sometimes people have those.
See, I don't know, what I do, so what Lacey did, she would just turn them in after hours
Okay.
and wait for it to come back. I actually go into the bank every
Okay.
day, deposit, get it stamped, I have everything stapled together and it comes right back here and
Okay.
goes in the
We're
file.
doing everything we
But that's
can.
just because
Okay.
I do know it, and I'm one of
Okay.
those people. I'm one of those people that's broke and I live paycheck to paycheck. So I expect people to cash my check within 24 to 48 hours after I give it to
Okay,
them.
okay.
Yeah, and so that's also why we do have the longer leeway time
Okay.
of, you know, my bills come out in the beginning and they aren't due till the end. Just
Okay.
because I want everyone to be able to hit those weeks, because some people don't get paid till the second or the third week, or, you know, and I just don't, I don't feel like.
I'll have him check
you know
it
what I mean?
again, but
Yeah.
she was really like.
Okay, yeah, do, because I have everything deposited in there right now.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Mayor, council. Do you guys have anything?
Yes, you're on the water.
Ah, yes, that's right. We have received a letter of resignation. Says, well, it's from Eugene McKeever. He was recently voted in as a council person, and he's been sick and has not been able to make it. So we have his letter of resignation. So now, I'm not gonna read it because it's kind of personal. He's got some stuff in there that, I don't know. He explains his reasons why he can't do it. So anyway, He did resign, so we need to fill that position.
Legally, you have to read that.
Do I have to read that?
The townspeople have the right to know what's going on.
Okay. I would like to apologize to the community as a whole for my absence from town meetings and my inability to properly serve on the town council. I have not been able to attend the meetings due to urgent medical reasons. I have been traveling out of state for treatments every 3 weeks. In between those visits, I have been in and out of the hospital and unable to leave my house. I am extremely sorry for this. For these reasons, I respectfully wish to submit my resignation as a member of the Fromberg Town Council. Sincerely, Lauren Eugene McKeever. Okay. So we'll need to post, to have people put in a letter of intent to be on the city council. And this position will be for another 2 years.
Yeah, it'd be on the same length as me.
Pardon? Yeah.
It would be on my schedule, because
Yep,
these
yeah,
two
yours.
go up and it'd be with me, so.
Yep. And then it's something we'll hopefully be able to look at next month on the agenda.
And we can post that at the 3 different locations. A letter that states that we have an opening.
Yep.
Good.
Okay. Anything else for the council?
We do have a question in the back.
Just as idea, I don't know, I recently went to Oregon and I was kind of surprised, like when something like this come up, it wasn't just like a regular posting. They also put like up a Facebook sign that we are seeking somebody to serve on the council or whatever, or like you said on the parks deal.
Sure.
They had like a little billboard that it was small that they stuck outside their city office, that we are seeking somebody to serve on the council, or we are seeking somebody to serve on the parks, for parks improvements and stuff like that. And it got quite a bit of attention. The town was actually smaller than Fromberg. I was kind of surprised that they had this little posting deal that they had outside.
Like a post deal?
It was, well, you could do an A-frame for something cheap right now, but it got people's attention where the piece of paper doesn't necessarily get their attention. And you might get some different people that are interested because it stands out to them.
I like that idea.
So, I guess those were brought up by somebody in the town, got ahold of me, and so his deal was a building permit. And so I don't know and you just wanted to add on to the porch, correct?
Add a 4-foot porch to the front of the house.
I don't know if anything we have
If it-
falls into porch, unless it
Anything
supersedes a
that
setback.
changes the footprint of your house. If you're gonna add on a porch that changes the footprint of your house, which it would extend it. Yes, you would need to come in and get a permit.
I did, I turned it in.
You did.
It was before, I had already sent all of this out, it was
So she
already
had the posting.
posted, it was already,
So
already
do
done.
we nail a quick special meeting to, he tried to do the due process. I mean, I don't know where we
Yeah, we
fall.
can't do a special meeting at this short a notice. I mean, we'll have to post it and come back in, but
And we'll need a
yeah, it
drawing.
didn't.
We have one.
You
Yeah,
got
I have all the
all measurements,
information,
okay.
it just, I had already
So a
posted
porch,
this.
a porch
if
stuff.
does
it's
chase,
just on
a porch
like
is, I thought it was,
legs and not attached to
that's
the,
the same as putting an
Foundation.
outbuilding, I thought.
yeah.
It's part of the building.
But I guess the way I read that is like, it's not a fixture, I mean, it's not the true,
Is it
like,
attached to the house?
I mean, even if it is fixed,
Yeah.
it's,
It will be, but the base is not foundation.
And it didn't have a porch to start with.
No.
Okay, so it's new.
But it wouldn't be any farther out than
It's-
the existing porch.
You got an existing porch?
Yes. We have a porch on the right side of the home.
Uh-huh.
That's our entry door, but we are moving the entry door over to the left side of the home.
Oh.
So we're just adding a little 4-foot And it wouldn't stick out any further than what the existing is.
I wouldn't have any issues with that, because there's no,
No, that'd be a
Nothing's-
grandfather, you just
nothing's
tore out
changing.
something that's rotted. And what these guys have done with their place by Catholic Church, I mean, it'd be one thing if it was shambles and they've done nothing but good to that
I mean,
place.
I'll do anything to get you guys approval with, I can't wait a month.
It's on concrete pillars, isn't it? So it's movable.
I mean, the
Yeah.
worst thing you can do is throw a 4x4.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Well, if you're
No,
okay
but
with
what
it.
you
Public
guys think,
comment, anybody think
I
that?
mean, you could have Nate come by.
It's not, it's not living quarters.
No,
correct?
no, it's
Uh-uh.
not.
You're just putting a porch, you're not.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
It's
heated
a
or
porch,
anything.
it's just a porch on there.
No, he's just adding to a
I
porch.
think your ordinances though state on the footprint of the house is adding to the square footage of livable space.
Yeah, where you actually call dwelling.
That could-
That's
This would
what I
not be
believe
Now
is
that
the
very well
ordinance
could be.
when we had it before. So as far as his porch goes, as long as he's meeting his easements and his setbacks.
Yes.
Yes.
Which he
Whatever
does
the
already
sidelines
because
and
of his
stuff like
already
that. Yeah.
existing
Then-
building there.
Yeah.
There's really nothing,
So all he needed was
There's
to
really
be a
nothing
good
to
person
do.
checking that he could build a goddamn porch, so.
Yeah.
And I feel at this
Yeah.
point,
I don't think we have to vote on this, I just
No.
think.
I wanted to make sure.
We can't, we literally can't vote on it, because it
Okay.
wasn't on the
no,
agenda.
okay.
It should
But
be okay.
go ahead and build your.
We don't have a
Good,
problem.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Good to see somebody actually check, that's all.
Yeah.
So good on you.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
September 12th, the next one.
You need a card? Oh, thank you, dear.